Welcome, viewers. This is Janisar Ahmed from Millennium TV USA. Very warm welcome to you, viewers, bringing you your very own show, News and Views. Today, we have a very special guest. In fact, he is going to be a regular speaker, panelist at our talk show, Mr. Noor Muhammad Tofader. He is the president and CEO of Millennium TV USA, and we'll be talking to him, asking him some questions. Viewers, but the news of the day is that the U.S. jets, they have carried out is being called as a show of force off the coast of the territory of North Korea. In fact, along the demilitarized zone. And viewers, the Pentagon spokesperson Dana White stated that it was exclusively carried out by the U.S. because it was meant to give some kind of a very strong message to Pyongyang, which has recently been making some very irresponsible statements against the U.S. and the North Korean leader. Kim Jong Un has been acting as a kind of a very kind of irresponsible leader in his capacity as leader of North Korea, and also. For instance, he has been making statements to the effect that North Korea is going to carry out a detonation nuclear test in the Pacific Ocean, and of course, this has come across as a very kind of it has rattled the world community, and President Trump during his message, his speech at the UN General Assembly, vowed to be very stern and strong, come out strong against North Korea in order to stop its saber rattling. So today we'll be talking to Mr. Noor and what he has listened to what he has to say. Mr. Noor, a very warm welcome to the show. What you have to say regarding the North Korea's saber rattling?
Thank you, Jana sir. Thank you very much. Hello, viewers. This is Noor Mohammed from Millennium TV USA. North Korea, one of the country last 48 to 50 years, they are running like this. Our duty to stop their this kind of horrible attack they are try to do with United States, with South Korea, also Japan. President Donald Trump, he put the one of the largest bomaro in their border. So right now they have to think they're gonna stop their this kind of act, or they're gonna die their own self. So we think they are good choice. They have to be a life, and this is a small country, only 50 millions peoples in North Korea. So they have to act right now. World community and UN, United States, everyone urge them to stop their nuclear propaganda. Thank you, Jana sir.
All right. So, do you think that the North Korean leader would be contained?
Exactly whatever the President Donald Trump said, I am not going to say those things. He is the leader of North Korea, and he is the person going to decide what is the which way North Korea going to go, and which way he going to switch. He have to switch as a truthfully honest way for his country, not us, not for the United States, not for other world, for himself and his country. Thank you, Jana sir.
Thank you, Mr. Noor, for your very incisive comments regarding the situation. But let's talk about a little bit about the role of China, because China has been seen as a country that has been sheltering North Korea. So what do you have to say? Because China is an entity that can contain North Korea. What do you have to say on that?
Exactly, only one country they have a border right now in China. And China, the finance and helping food, oil, medicine, everything
Mr. Noor,
last
can you hear me?
year.
Let me ask you a question regarding China's role, what it can do to diffuse the tension.
Exactly, China is never going to do anything. They're going to sell their goods. They're going to do their best to survive the North Korea. If North Korea is not survive, China is going to be collapse. You know that. So
Right.
all North Korean people
Mr.
going to
Noor, I'll have to cut you off right here. We'll be taking a short break, viewers. Don't go anywhere. We'll be just right back in a moment.
জাকির বেকারি সুইটস অ্যান্ড রেস্টুরেন্ট সম্পূর্ণ আধুনিক পদ্ধতিতে উন্নত মানের ময়দা থেকে তৈরি করা হয় নানান রকমের মুখরোচক খাদ্য সামগ্রী। এখানে পাবেন হরেক রকমের বিস্কিট, নিমকি, পাউরুটি এবং জিলাপি। নানা উৎসব আয়োজনে আমরা ক্যাটারিং করে থাকি। 100% হালাল সুস্বাদু খাবারের জন্য জাকির বেকারির তুলনা হয় না। 374 ইউনিয়ন অ্যাভিনিউ, নিউ জার্সি, 973-595-0656.
With 10 years of teaching experience in high school and college, Mamu's Tutorial is preparing students for a specialist high school exam, city, state and regions exam. We provide the best service to get highest score in SAT. You can rely on us for your children's education. Please call us at our Jackson Heights and Bronx Center at 917-561-1090 or 718-507-2113 or 347-657-0530.
আল আকসা রেস্টুরেন্ট, সুস্বাদু খাবারের স্বাদ পেতে সপরিবারে আজই চলে আসুন আল আকসা রেস্টুরেন্ট। এখানে রয়েছে পাকিস্তানি, ইন্ডিয়ান এবং বাংলাদেশি হরেক রকমের সুস্বাদু খাবার, যার তুলনা হয় না। আমরা যে কোনো অনুষ্ঠানে ক্যাটারিং করে থাকি এবং ফ্রি ডেলিভারি দিয়ে থাকি। সপ্তাহে 7 দিন আমরা খোলা। যোগাযোগ 2109 স্টার্লিং এভিনিউ, ব্রঙ্কস, নিউ ইয়র্ক 10462, ফোন 718-904-7061।
If you want the best quality, come to Vimasavi Center. You judge yourself.
জ্যামাইকায় হিলসাইড এভিনিউর প্রাণকেন্দ্রে পানসি রেস্টুরেন্ট অ্যান্ড পার্টি হলে আসুন। অত্যন্ত মনোরম পরিবেশে এক্সোটিক বাঙালি, ইন্ডিয়ান এবং চাইনিজ কুইজিনের স্বাদ উপভোগ করুন। বিয়ে, জন্মদিন, বেবি শাওয়ার, সেমিনার সহ সব ধরনের পার্টির জন্য পানসিতে রয়েছে সুবিশাল ইনডোর এবং ব্যাকইয়ার্ড পার্টি হল। পানসি রেস্টুরেন্ট অ্যান্ড পার্টি হল, 16837 Hillside Avenue, Queens, New York. Phone 718-297-1991.
Welcome back, viewers. Viewers, we are back with more hot topics. In fact, this is quite a moment of in fact, sadness and loss for the entire community, entire world community. And of course, I'm talking about the situation in Burma and Myanmar. And recently, the Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, she was seen at the UN reiterating the need to reach out to and help diffuse the situation over there. And she called on the Myanmar regime to establish safe zones inside Myanmar in order to allow the Rohingya people to return and live safely without fear of persecution. Viewers, before we go into the subject, the fact remains that, according to the Bangladeshi Prime Minister, who was talking to the world community right in front of her, she said that there are more than 800,000 um, displaced people, displaced Rohingya people who have flocked to Bangladesh in order to flee persecution inside Myanmar, and she called on the international community to do something. Viewers, this is seen as something as very as a kind of a welcome message by the Bangladeshi Prime Minister, because now she has stepped forward and told everyone that, hey, that you have to look into the situation and do the needful, and I'm there as a very responsible member of the international community, telling all the people sitting right in front of me that you have to do your part, that this is a situation that we need to do something in order to revert the losses suffered by the people over there. And Bangladesh recently has been trying whatever it can in order to help the people migrating into, in fact, fleeing into Bangladesh from fear of what has been alleged as very, brutal persecution. So we'll be talking. Mr. Noor, what's your take on the situation? Bangladeshi Prime Minister, she has stopped, in fact, right in front of the world community, and reiterated the need to do the needful. So what's your take on that? Because Bangladesh has already, as she stated, given refuge to 800,000 people flocking to Bangladesh. So it seems like Bangladesh has been doing its part.
Zena sir, thank you. Bangladesh, one of the poor country in the world. Also, Bangladesh peoples in around the world is migrated. Right now, Bangladesh helping Rohingya Muslim brother and sister over almost 800,000. Bangladeshi government, Bangladeshi people welcome those people. Burma, so-called Myanmar, they burning and they killing their own people. So that's why Prime Minister of Bangladesh call all leader of the world, also all human being, they look what's happened in Myanmar, what kind of human being they are. That's why Myanmar leader is not show up in UN. Chinese leader also not show up on the UN. Indian leader not show up in the UN. What reason? The reason. You know that, huh? So Bangladesh Prime Minister try to recall around the world all leaders and all human beings. Look what's happened in Myanmar and how we are helping them. Thank you, Jana sir. Jana sir, look, Bangladesh try to help all as long they can. But how long, how many months, how many years, how many days? World community have to be decide. Okay? Thank you, Jana sir.
Mr. Noor, like you are hopeful that this pressure by the Bangladesh Prime Minister, Bangladesh happens to be one of the neighbors, would make any positive impact on the Myanmar government. Do you think so?
Exactly. We don't hate Bangladeshi government. Prime Minister do not hate anyone. She just recall, see the world view, how and why they killing their own self. They are human being, and world community have to be help those people. They coming in Bangladesh. World community have to be decide what they gonna do with these people. That's why Prime Minister of Bangladesh call the world leader. See, you guys have to be help on. You guys have to be solve this problem, and UN body have to be solve the problem. Thank you,
I'll,
Vanessa.
yeah, I'll budge in right here, and there is also the factor about the other countries, the rest of the world communities. For instance, there are so many other countries that need to do their part. And for instance, some of the countries, they have just been making verbal statements and not doing any taking any practical action, and that is also seen as something quite, in fact lack of action suggests that it is negative, because where you have one country taking in the brunt of the burden, and taking in hundreds of thousands of refugees, and on the other hand you have countries doing nothing, not even so much as talking tough on the situation. That makes a difference. That calls for action. What do you think?
Exactly. That's why she explain everything in the United Nations, like United States. Our vice president, he recall the Burmese government, how Burmese government killing their own people. President Donald Trump not saying anything, but Vice President he's saying everything. And our UN ambassador, US UN ambassador, she's saying everything. She try her best to do United States whatever they can do. And also Canadian government they try to help, but British government they supply all arms, all everything to Myanmar. In UN, British Prime Minister told the world media and world human rights world commission. They say, yeah, she's saying British not gonna support anything anymore. The Myanmar government, whatever Myanmar government doing, British is not supporting those things. Indian government, Chinese government, you talking the Indian Russian government, they are talking the big mouth, but they are not helping hand. Reason, India have a border with Myanmar, China have a big border with Myanmar. That's why they don't want to do anything. Reason, they have a business with Myanmar.
Um, uh,
They
Mr. Noor, I'll have to budge into the discussion. I cut you off right there because we have to take a short break. But I'll have you with the carry on with the discussion right after the break. So viewers, we'll be back in a moment. Don't go away.
My name is Tasneem Khan. Welcome to Khan's Tutorials SAT and Regions program.
Khan's Tutorial is New York's #1 tutorial for preparing for the SAT, Regents, ACT, and AP exams. Khan's helps students gain admissions to top colleges through academic counseling and mentorship. Our very own Khan Foundation provides students with all aspects of the college application process with free workshops including financial aid and scholarships. Your child's education is our #1 priority. Parents can trust Khan's.
For higher SAT and Regents scores, send your child to Khan's Tutorial.
আপনার প্রতিদিনের কেনাকাটার কথা ভাবছেন? তাহলে আজই চলে আসুন দেশি বাজারে। সরাসরি বাংলাদেশ সহ বিভিন্ন দেশ থেকে আমদানিকৃত বিভিন্ন শাকসবজি, ফলমূল সহ নানা পণ্যের সমাহার রয়েছে এখানে। দেশি বাজারে দেশীয় পণ্যের পাশাপাশি রয়েছে বিশ্বখ্যাত বিভিন্ন ব্র্যান্ডের কসমেটিক্স, ফুড প্রোডাক্ট সহ অন্যান্য সামগ্রী। তাহলে আর দেরি কেন? আপনার যে কোনো পণ্যের জন্য আজই চলে আসুন দেশি বাজারে। দেশি বাজার, জ্যাকসন হাইটস, USA।
গ্লোবাল ট্যাক্স অ্যান্ড ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল সার্ভিসেস সুদীর্ঘ 23 বছর যাবৎ আমরা কমিউনিটি সেবায় নিয়োজিত। ট্যাক্স ফাইলিংয়ে আমাদের সুদীর্ঘ অভিজ্ঞতা ও সুনাম রয়েছে। আমরা নির্ভুলভাবে ট্যাক্স ফাইলিং করে সঠিক ডিডাকশন ও সঠিক ক্রেডিট প্রদানের মাধ্যমে IRS ও স্টেট অডিটের আশঙ্কা মুক্ত করার নিশ্চয়তা দিচ্ছি। ট্যাক্স ফাইলিং ছাড়াও আমাদের রয়েছে ইমিগ্রেশন, রিয়েল এস্টেট ও ট্রাভেল সার্ভিসেস।
Jackson Heights Office 37-21, 75th Street, 3rd floor, Jackson Heights, New York 11372. Hollis Office 184-02, Hillside Avenue, Jamaica, New York 11432. Phone 718-7779-7600 এবং 347-392-4312.
নিউ এম্পায়ার রিয়েল এস্টেট। আপনি কি রিয়েল এস্টেট ক্রয় বা বিক্রয়ের কথা ভাবছেন? আবাসিক, বাণিজ্যিক সহ রিয়েল এস্টেটের সকল ধরনের সেবা দিতে আপনার পাশে রয়েছে নিউ এম্পায়ার রিয়েল এস্টেট গ্রুপ ইনক। কেননা নিউ এম্পায়ার রিয়েল এস্টেট ব্রোঞ্জ কমিউনিটিতে সুদীর্ঘ 19 বছর যাবৎ সততা এবং দক্ষতার সাথে রিয়েল এস্টেট সংক্রান্ত সকল ধরনের সেবা দিয়ে যাচ্ছে। আমাদের ঠিকানা 925A ব্রক এভিনিউ, ব্রুন্স, নিউ ইয়র্ক 10469। ফোন 7
Welcome, viewers. Welcome to the show, viewers. As previously, when we took the break, we were talking about the situation in Burma and in how the neighboring countries, they have been responding to the crisis with Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina talking, in fact, talking right in front of the world community at the UN General Assembly and briefing the leaders about the situation over there and what needs to be done. For instance, she said that the Bangladesh government and its people, they have welcomed the Rohingya with open arms and let in close to, in fact, more than 800,000 people fleeing what has been referred to as persecution by the Burmese government, because this crisis is now being felt all over the world. World leaders are talking about it, and not enough is being done to redress the situation. So right now, the UN has called for investigation into the allegations of violence perpetrated by the Myanmar regime against the Rohingya people. And so now let's see what how the investigation unfolds, and let the facts be separated from the fiction. And of course, the truth will come out. The world will know. In fact, right now, the very fact that hundreds of thousands of people have been fleeing the country, why would they ever do that if they were not threatened? Of course, there is no smoke without fire, and that really speaks to what has been happening. So let's talk to Mr. Noor. Mr. Noor, your take on the situation. Do you think the UN investigation would bear any fruit?
Thank you, Jana sir. United States Deputy Secretary, he is already Burma. They don't want to took him by the Arakan Rajya, and world community, world media, so many media also Burma. They don't want to give any kind of authority going to the Rohingya area. Reason? They did the genocide. They killed their own people. They talking these people coming from the some other place called Bangladesh, but these people born over here, grew up over here, last 200 years, more than like a British period, you know. So now they don't have any face, and their army government is still run by army government. Miss Suki is not running anything. She just on the showcase. So how world community and world leader they're gonna get into the country without their permission? Tell me. Government have to give the permission, and they are the authority. If they don't authorize to the world community, how world community gonna help them? So of course UN body, they are helping body. UN body have to be help, and UN body have to be force the Burmese government and this kind of genocide, you know. So hope world community gonna see, and UN gonna see, United gonna be see, world media have to be see, everyone have to be go there and make the feast for these people. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's very alarming because some time back I was reading some article and I came across this statement by the Burmese leader Aung San Suu Kyi, who previously I believe was the recipient of the Nobel Prize, right? So she stated some, like, her words were that I am a politician and perhaps I'm not a human rights activist or something like that. She said that, and that was like it was like it made me feel bad about, like, the fact that you have received a Nobel Prize, and then there is a lot of persecution going on. People are fleeing your country, and you are talking about the fact that you are just interested in doing politics. So, what do you have to say on that?
Janessa, she get the Nobel Prize for what? As a human rights, as a human rights leader. If she's saying those things, is not going to be a workout right now. World leader knows, and human body knows, UN knows, and almost 8 or 9 Nobel laureate they try to act like a cancellation hard Nobel. You know that for why? She is genocide and killing the millions of her own people. They are religious, is Muslim. That's why this is not a humanity. This is not a so-called leader. She is not a leader. She is a showcase. She is not doing anything. Everything is doing the army. World body
Yeah.
knows. Everyone knows. And right now, Indian government and Chinese government try to help them. They don't want to help as a Muslim people. Bangladesh don't ask, no, never ever ask anyone to help Bangladeshi people. No. Bangladesh Prime Minister asks for this Rohingya Muslim people, for all human leader and all Prime Minister and President. They can help those people. Take over some place to the Canada or Saudi Arab or some other countries. Bangladesh cannot take it, all of those people. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Noor, you're very right about that. But Aung San Suu Kyi, she also stated recently, in fact, I don't know how about the degree of truth in her statement, but she stated that the world leaders were welcome, the international human rights organizations, anyone, they were welcome to step into Burma and into the Rakhine state and see for themselves that the people, that the Rohingya, they were living there without anyone doing any harm to them. So, but that is quite a recent statement. What do you have to say to that?
Right now, Rakhine state is gone. All Muslim people is burned, killed, and they don't have any things uh, left for Muslim people. These people, everything is burned. BBC, CNN, AP, all news media, they check by satellite. They cannot hide. Whatever the Miss Suki saying, she cannot hide. Satellite cannot hide. You know that.
Yeah, of course,
So
of course. Now you can take a look at a coin, and it would appear like 10 times bigger. In fact, as if you are putting it under a microscope. So no need to, you can separate the chaff from the grain and see for yourself what is happening over there. Uh, but let's talk about the role of media, how reporters and journalists, they have been doing their part in exposing the climate of hatred over there. Do you think they've been doing enough? I'm talking about, not talking about any media, I'm talking about the world media in general.
of course, you doing your part, I do my part, all community doing their part, all media doing their part, and all leader gonna do their part. I hope so. You know, our vice president saying Myanmar cannot hide anything. We call genocide. Who's saying? Our vice president of United States. How and why he's saying that? He check every single thing by satellite. They cannot hide anything. Our ex-president is visit Myanmar, President Barack Hussein Obama. That time, Miss Suki get the Nobel Prize, and President Obama all clean up the all, take off the all embargo. They try to open for all media and all of the world, but they destroy their life and they destroy their chance.
Right. So now I'm going to ask you something that probably is quite controversial, and I mean, we're going to have a hard talk on this. But as journalists, it is our job to separate the grain from the chaff. And but there also have been reports. For instance, let's talk about the stance of the Burmese government. It has been repeating that the current upsurge in violence is the result of the mob attack that took a few years back on a police station, allegedly carried out by what the Burmese government has been saying by Islamist militants, and they hold uh, the current situation coming out as a result of those attacks. Is there any truth in that? Were those attacks documented? What's the reality behind those attacks?
Exactly, reality is going to be human shield. Whatever the Burmese government did, whole of the world see, and not only Bangladesh see. These people, so many over 40,000 people in India, and over 800,000 people in Bangladesh, and so many people still in Myanmar and Bangladesh border. They try to get in, but what place Bangladeshi government give those people to live? But still, all of the border, we have a border with by the ocean. It's called Bay of Bengal. Everything is open for them. They are coming every single day, thousands and thousands. Our government, army, navy, police, everyone help them, and our general public also. They try to help like as a guest. We do not treat them as a Rohingya or as a something else. We treat them as a brother and sister. You understood?
Yeah, very right, very right. And there has also been now the Rohingya. They have been housed in Burma for a very long time, for centuries, I guess. Am I right? And still, they haven't been entitled to the rights that an ordinary Buddhist Burmese is entitled to, or what the rights that an ordinary Burmese is enjoying. Rohingya is not enjoying those rights. Am I right?
100%. The Buddhist,
Why?
they try their own country as a Buddhist country.
But yeah, let's talk about Buddhism. I've seen many. I've come across many Buddhists in my like my experience with them has been very positive. Some of them have been my friends, and some of them just acquaintances. And they're generally speaking, they're a very happy lot, very peaceful people. In fact, they would not like to, you know, hurt anything at all. They stand for peace. But what has been happening over there, this is just I mean, it's just mind-boggling. I it is very hard to believe all that is being all that has been happening, all that is being reported. Why would you, I mean, I, given my experience with Buddhist people, I would not be ready to blame like Buddhism for that matter, for what is being done to the Rohingya. But having said that, the situation is right happening in front of our eyes, and the international leaders, they are condemning that situation. Where does Buddhism fall into this equation? Buddhism is a peaceful religion, for that matter.
Reason everything is behind of financial sector. Arakan state is by Bay of Bengal. Indian government and Chinese government, they try to build oceanside city and making lot of five-star hotel, lot of business. And Chinese government, they build lot of oil sector business around there. And same thing Indian government. This is the reason. Everything behind these things. Our time almost end. Jana sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Noor. Very, very incisive comments from you. And of course, we hold our right to, we agree to disagree. And this is what free speech is all about. But we try to, viewers, we try to conduct our discussion and, in fact, debate in a very free atmosphere. I speak my mind. My host, in fact, he's a very scholarly person, Mr. Noor. He speaks his mind, and this is what we believe in, trying to bring news at your doorstep, right in your living room. And this is also an initiative. In fact, this is the kind of discussion that you would not see perhaps on the ordinary media. This is the kind of discussion that you would rather have in your living room. Very upfront and up close with Mr. Noor, trying to go into the details of the subjects and issues rattling the world and making the headlines. But we would also and always we appreciate your feedback. Whatever you have to say, just drop us a line at our email, millenniumtvusa@gmail.com and millenniumtv.org. Just drop us a line and write whatever you have to say. And do stay tuned in for more shows. In fact, we'll be bringing you more panelists on our show. And viewers, here I'm signing off, your very own host, Janisar Ahmed, saying goodbye. Until the next show, goodbye.
তোমাকে যে ভালোবাসি, ভালোবেসে যাব এভাবেই।
যদি প্রশ্ন করো আমায়, ভালোবাসি কেন তোমায়,